What they don't tell you is that when you sell your soul for rock and roll, it comes with a price.
Born and raised in rural Wisconsin, Nolan Edwards had a knack for rocking from a young age. As he grew, it became even more apparent that he had the genes of a great rock and roll artist and was destined to be on stage. At age 18, he played his first guitar and was instantly hooked into the world of rock and roll. His talent and spontaneous attitude led him in search of bandmates who were just as eager as him to play. With himself on vocals and guitar, Nolan teamed up with James Raleigh, who played bass guitar, and Jake Goldman, who completed their band on drums. Together they formed the Lipstick Thieves.
We're talking about one of the greatest rock bands of all time. The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, AC/DC had nothing on the Lipstick Thieves.
The band members enjoyed jamming and living carefree in their newfound passion, and even in this fun, they found time to rock. With Nolan writing their songs, it wasn't long before the Lipstick Thieves were on their way to music stardom.
Alright, let's just make one thing clear. I am not a groupie. I saw the Lipstick Thieves on stage one time, and I fell in love.
The world was listening, and soon the Lipstick Thieves were a sensation.
In a matter of days, they went from no-name musicians playing Call of Duty in their basement to rock legends.
Climbing up the charts, the Lipstick Thieves hit it big with their single, We're Sunk.
We're Sunk is a masterpiece of music. They combine the elements of a complicated and disheveled relationship into one song, and it's simply amazing. It's deep, it's moving, it's profound. There's actually a lot of speculation with our song, We're Sunk. A lot of people thought it was something deep and meaningful about a relationship. But to be honest, I was just sitting on the crapper one day, and the sound of my own stool hitting the water made a kerplunk sound. And the words, We're Sunk, just popped into my brain. And I spent the rest of the afternoon on the toilet writing the lyrics.
Their hit single brought the band even more publicity and fame. With awards pouring in, the Lipstick Thieves were definitely the shit. Soon, they were rock icons, with more money than Bill Gates and more women than Hugh Hefner. Fans around the world were in love.
Some people talk about seeing the light. You see the light and you just know. I saw the light. I saw the light and it was shining off Nolan Edwards' guitar, and I knew I was in love. It was awesome.
But that fame had a price, and soon the Lipstick Thieves were in trouble. Nolan spent less time writing and more time on Facebook. He would go days without speaking to the other band members, and spent countless hours watching reruns of his favorite show, Everybody Hates Chris. And worst of all, he wasn't even returning his mother's phone calls. Before long, the secret to his change of heart was revealed. Nolan was hooked on the hot new thing on the streets. All the band's fame had opened up new doors to Nolan, and he was addicted to breakfast cereal.
It's rather difficult to explain how tasty cereal is to someone who's never tried it. Breakfast cereal was one of the most addicting things at the time. It was a heavy influence in music. Look, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. Yes, I ate a lot of cereal in my day, but those were the times, man.
The times that, to the despair of the other band members, Nolan was more than willing to take advantage of.
I mean, I know people ate cereal. Where I come from, it was normal. Cheerios was always around. It was normal to eat Cheerios. Then you hit it big, get a rockin' single, hit the mainstream, and someone hands you a bowl of Frosted Flakes. And it's all downhill from there.
And for Nolan, it was all downhill. Consuming over 2 boxes a day, Nolan's cereal binges put his health and the future of the band at risk. But he didn't care. He just wanted a sugar high. When his friends tried to have an intervention, all Nolan could do was talk about cereal.
Okay, all I'm saying is that Apple Jacks are good, but Frosted Flakes, oh, you gotta try it, man. You got to try it.
The effects of the cereal were devastating. The Lipstick Thieves fell from the top of the charts and from the hearts of music fans everywhere.
I have never seen a rocker fall from grace so quickly.
High on sugar, Nolan began experimenting in other forms of making music. Ignoring his bandmates, he attempted to produce several solo albums, none of which were ever bought or produced. When James and Jake tried to console Nolan to get him some help, he reacted violently, refusing to believe he had any problems. Until it was too late. Late one night, feeling intense midnight cravings for cereal, Nolan broke into a local grocery store to get a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. While fleeing the police, Nolan ran into a Sam's Club and attempted to stuff single-serving boxes of Cocoa Puffs into his pants. In an attempt to stop him, a store employee was brutally assaulted by the deranged Nolan. Fallen from grace, there was little Nolan could do to reclaim his stardom. He was done.
Deciding to step away from rock and roll was the hardest decision I ever made. But I had to.
In order to pay his immense fines, Nolan was forced to sell the copyrights to all of his music, along with his prized guitar. After 4 days of intense salesmanship, Nolan was able to pawn it off on a blind man for $35. From there, Nolan faded away from rock music, never to be seen on stage again. All that's left is the memory of one of the greatest rockers of all time.